Hello everyone, good afternoon and welcome into Deep Run High School here in Glen Allen, Virginia for the 2022 TSL PCBL All-Star Game. It's been drizzling a little bit here in Glen Allen, and there are a couple clouds shifting from right to left over the ball field. It has held up for us early on. We're hoping to get this game underway momentarily as we wait for the umpires to arrive. We do have the starting lineups. And for the TSL, TJ McGowan will be leading off playing first base. Blake Herman will be out in left field, batting second, batting third. Zach Jarnowski behind the plate, batting fourth. In the DH role is Caden Hillberger. Tristan Henson will be in the 5-hole. He'll be at shortstop. Jason Bosher playing center field, batting sixth. Aiden Oates, the extra hitter, batting seventh. Burton Hahn starting in right field, batting eighth. Trevor Mason playing third base, batting ninth. Tyler Gorbett will be the 10-hole hitter, and he'll be playing second base. And for the Piedmont Collegiate Baseball League, Bobby Askew will be leading off playing center field. Jabril Bullock batting second, playing second. Jamari Pooler will be the shortstop, batting third. CJ DiNapoli is the DH, batting fourth. William Mallory is the catcher, batting fifth. Matthew McRaney out in left field, batting sixth. AJ LaBruciano is the third baseman, batting seventh. Jordan Dixon out in right field, batting eighth. Alex Ferguson, the first baseman, batting ninth. And Bryce Stacker, the designated hitter, batting 10th. Walker Batante is going to be starting on the mound for the PCBL. And for the Tidewater Summer League, it's going to be Robert Hatcher coming off of the bench. Additionally, out of the bullpen for TSL, Bradshaw Morrison, Dylan Bowen, Dylan Blazer, Kyle Andrzejczyk, and Alex Gianniscoli. And off of the bench for the PCBL is Corey Adams, Zach Barco, Ryan Coel, Dallas Harefield, Eric McDaniel, Pedro Mendez, Hunter Moore, Michael Shanahan, and Eric Mayer. So we're starting to get ready here to get set here from Deep Run High School. And don't go anywhere as we get set momentarily. Welcome back into the Tidewater Summer League YouTube channel. I'm Hayden Bandel, and we are ready to get set here from Deep Run High School. And the first pitch from Walker Pedante is swung through from TJ McGowan, 0-1. We have seen Pedante pitch at Lakewood Park, where TSL calls its home. And the 0-1 misses away, 1-1. The reason for the delay outside of the weather, as that pitch misses away from Pedante, 2-1. This game was originally scheduled to be played at a different high school. 2-1 pitch from Pedante, and McGowan fouls that one back, 2-2. Supposed to be played at Mills Godwin High School, which is about 5 minutes from here, but they had a sprinkler erupt, and so there was some puddles in the field that made it unplayable. And the 2-2 to McGowan is upstairs, draws the count full. So the umpires made their way over to Deep Run High School. Free 2 pitch, and McGowan pops that one towards the right side. Over comes the first baseman Ferguson in foul ground, and he makes the over-the-shoulder catch. So McGowan fouls out towards the right side for the first out of the day. That'll bring up Blake Herman. And Herman lays off the first pitch curveball from Pedante, 1-0. The one time we saw Pedante at Lakewood Park was against the Suffolk Voyagers. He went 3 innings, allowed 1 run, which was unearned. And Herman swings through the 1-0 pitch to even up the count. Herman, one of 5 Greenbrier Knights on the TSL All-Star roster. 1-1 pitch, and curveball chopped towards the left side. Foul. Kyle Antrazik is coaching third base for TSL, also of the Knights, and Dylan Blazer coaching first base. Coach Dooley said that whoever's coaching first base, the inning that TSL scores the most runs will get some sort of prize, and Herman goes down swinging for the second out. So that'll bring up the starting catcher, Zach Jarnowski. Jarnowski, one of 5 Redbirds. Them and the Knights are tied for the most amount of players on the roster with 5 each. Jarnowski takes the first pitch inside, 1-0. Jarnowski takes that one outside, 2-0, hitting .353 on the year for Norfolk. He's batted in 6 runs as well. 2-0 from Pedante. And that one shot over towards the right side. That'll dunk in for the first hit of the day, coming off of the bat of Zach Jarnowski. So a 2-out single. Good 2-0 pitch to swing at there. And Jarnowski dunked it into the opposite field. I'll bring up the left-footed Caden Hillberger. Hillberger doing the DHing today. And the first pitch is inside to him. That'll go to the backstop, and over to second goes Jarnowski on the wild pitch. Hillberger's been shut down for the season defensively. So even when Hilberger's playing for the Voyagers, he'll just be in that DH role. 1-0. And that one's popped up out of play. Evens up the count at 1-1. Some rain starts to trickle down here in Glen Allen. 1-0, 1 pitch is upstairs to Hilberger, and count moves to 2-1. One pitch on its way to Hilberger, and he pops that one out of play again to even up the count at 2-2. Hilberger hitting an even 300 on the year, but astonishingly none of those hits that he's produced have knocked in a run yet. Trying to knock in a run here in the All-Star game, and the 2-2 curveball from Pedante misses outside, and it draws the count full as the fans here at Deep Run High School make a run for it with the rain coming down. 2-1 to Hilberger. 3-2, and it misses for ball 4. So that'll bring up Tristan Hensley. With Jarnowski on second, Hilberger on first. And Hensley swings through that pitch, 0-1. And Hensley swings through that one. Hensley hitting .353 this season for Chuck Slaughter's Knights. And he swings through that pitch for strike 3. So the Knights leave TSL leaves 2 runners on board in the first inning. We'll head to the bottom half, scoreless from Deep Run High School. Bottom of the first inning here in Deep Run High School in Glen Allen, Virginia, as the rain has really come down, and the first pitch thrown from Robert Hatcher is swung through by Bobby Askew for a strike, 0-1. Fortunately, I don't have my tent that I usually have at Lakewood Park, but Tyler Gorbet's father was fortunate to give me an umbrella, so I'm currently holding that as I speak. Count is 1-1. Hatcher has been very dominant as a starter for the Sea Dogs, and he gets the start today for the Tidewater Summer League. 1-1 pitch, and that one hits the helmet of Askew, and he'll pat flip his bat over to the dugout, and he's aboard to lead things off for the PCBL. So that'll bring up Jabari Bullock. We unfortunately do not have any stats from the Piedmont Collegiate Baseball League outside of the small percentage of games that they've played at Lakewood Park. 1-0 from Hatcher, and that pitch is popped up in the infield. Calling for it is Gorbet. He calls off McGowan, and he makes the catch. And that ball showed a lot of white, but nevertheless, it's the first out recorded by Hatcher. So 1 down, 1 on here in the first. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Jamari Pooler. This is a turf field as Hatcher throws over. So it's not the typical dirt ground that we're used to seeing anywhere throughout the PCL in Edenton, Tarboro, and at Lakewood Park. And Pooler sends the first pitch out to left. Back goes Herman to the warning track, and it is gone. A 2-run home run for Jamari Pooler to put the PCBL on the board in the first inning. And Hatcher fires in a strike, 0-1 on Di Napoli. The L1 pitch misses below the knees. Count evens up at 1-1. One one from Hatcher, and it swung through from Di Napoli. 1-2. 1 down here in the inning. But Askew was hit by a pitch, and Pooler left the yard. And that pitch is popped up in foul ground. McCowan comes over for a look, but it'll land out of play. As we retrieve some more baseballs. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch on its way from Hatcher, and fouled off again to the same spot, so we'll do it again. Hatcher being caught by Zach Jarnowski for the first time in his career, and the breaking ball misses low and away, evens up the count at 2 apiece. 2-2 from Hatcher. Struck him out. First strikeout of the day from Robert Hatcher. And there are 2 down here in the first. And the first pitch, it's outside. And the breaking ball misses up. 2-0 to William Mallory. Mallory doing the catching for the PCBL, and he takes the 2-0 pitch just outside, and the count moves to 3-0. So it's a 3-1 count here on Mallory. Pitch from Hatcher, and that ball is low and inside for ball 4. First bases on balls. Walk distributed by Hatcher. And the PCBL has a 2-out base runner. We'll bring up Matthew McRaney. And he swings for the first pitch that he sees from Hatcher. 0-1. As the rain continues to come down, slowing down a bit. There goes the runner from first. The pitch is swung through by McRaney. No throw down from Jarnowski. It's 0-2, a stolen base for William Mallory. Puts him over on second base. 0-2 from Hatcher. And that ball gets away from him. And over to third goes Mallory. Takes a hard turn, but he'll hold up at third. As Hatcher will get a new baseball from the home plate umpire. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Hatcher. And the breaking ball just misses outside. Good pitch there from Robert Hatcher. Evens up the count at 2-2. Gets the signs from Jarnowski. He's ready. And that 2-2 pitch misses upstairs, and the count is now full. With Mallory on third. Here's the 3-2 pitch from Hatcher. And that ball sails upstairs. Second consecutive walk thrown from Hatcher puts runners on the corners with 2 outs for A.J. Labruciano. It was funny, during the pregame, I was getting all the numbers from the rosters of the PCBL, and I was just reading down the list of their rosters as Labruciano takes a called strike, 0-1. The head coach of the Tigers, Darren Carpenter, as that one is rolled over to third, just foul. Count moves to 0-2. Gave me his lineup. It was tough to read. Labruciano, the L kind of looked like a C. And there were multiple guys also on the lineup card that I had trouble reading the names for. So they all kind of laughed at me. 0-2 to Labruciano. There goes the runner from first. And that one's poked into center field. That'll fall in front of Bosher for a base hit, going first to third. is McRaney. He was stealing on the pitch. It's an RBI single for A.J. Labruciano to bring in the third run of the inning for the PCBL. And the first pitch to the left-footed Jordan Dixon misses up and away from Hatcher, 1-0. Still runners on the corners. There goes Labruciano. Throw down from Jarnowski, not in time, and here comes McRaney to score the fourth run here in the first. So that's the second time this inning that the PCBL has attempted to steal a bag with runners on the corners. The first time Labruciano poked one into center field to bring in a run that sent McRaney from first to third, as that pitch is stopped from going to the backstop from Jarnowski. Count moves to 2-0. 2-1, excuse me. That time Labruciano steals second, and on the throwdown from Jarnowski, McRaney took home. (3-1) from Hatcher. And that one's a called strike, and the count's now full. Hatcher is slated to pitch the first 3 innings of this ball game. So see how that game plan works out. And there's ball 4. Not sure where it missed. Must have missed inside from Hatcher. It's the third walk of the inning, credited to the starting pitcher. Pitch could have gone either way, but now it puts runners on first and second for Alex Ferguson. And the first baseman takes a first pitch curveball for a strike, 0-1. A 1 from the righty. And that one just missed outside, evens up the count at 1-1. There goes the runners, and the pitch misses. No throw down from Jarnowski. So the count moves to 2-1. And over the third goes Labruciano, and to second goes Dixon. Darren Carpenter of the Tuckahoe Tigers is coaching third base. And Marcus Morgan of the Lakeside Sluggers coaching first. And the 2-1 pitch misses inside, 3-1. In fact, Marcus Morgan once coached Virginia Beach Sea Dogs head coach John Bivens in his college playing days. And the 3-1 is roped into left field. That'll fall in for a base hit. 2 runs will score. And pulling into first base with a 2-out, 2 RBI single is Alex Ferguson. It's 6-0 here in the first. This is the first real time that we've seen Hatcher struggle as a starting pitcher. That'll bring up the 10-hole hitter, Bryce Thacker. And there goes Ferguson. Throw down from Jarnowski is not in time. It's a stolen base for Ferguson. They are running all over Robert Hatcher. Fourth stolen base of the inning. One 0 from Hatcher. And that one nips the outside corner. Count moves to 1-1. One pitch, and it's popped straight up in the infield. Over comes Jarnowski for a look and foul ground right at the fence, and he can't come up with it. So the count transitions to 1-2. On the 10-hole hitter, Bryce Thacker. One, two. On its way from Hatcher, and it misses away. 2-2. Two from Hatcher. And that one shot out to left. Over comes Herman to his right. And if it's fair, it's gone. It's foul. That one was pulled just to the left side. The PCBL is running it out like it's a home run. Home plate umpire called it foul immediately once it crossed the line of the outfield out and left. So Hatcher still trying to sit down Thacker with 2 outs here in the first. Two with Ferguson dancing on second, and that one nearly hits Thacker as he ducks his head to get out of the way, and the count's now full, making Hatcher work here in this first inning. So he asks for a new baseball. Three-two pitch on its way from Hatcher. And that one misses. Excuse me, the count moves to 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. And that one's fouled off of the foot of Thacker. So we'll do it again. Thacker making Hatcher work. Third full count drawn from PCBL hitters. Here's the payoff pitch. On its way from Hatcher. Swing and a miss, strike 3. But not before 6 runs come in to score on the inning. Highlighted by a 2-run home run off of the bat of Jamari Pooler. second inning. Walker Pedante still on the mound, and he's now been credited with a 6-run lead. The first pitch he throws to Jason Bosher. Hits at the knees, 0-1. And Bosher hits the 0-1 pitch towards the right side. That'll go foul, 0-2. Bosher hitting .250 on the year for Chris Dodolo's Redbirds. 0-2 from Pedante, and he misses that one as he spikes it in the dirt, 1-2. Pedante, a long hold with his back foot all the way to his left side as that pitch is chopped right back to Pedante from Bosher. And the throw to first is in time for the first out here in the second. That'll bring up the extra hitter for today, Aiden Oates. And Oates takes that one outside, 1-0. Oates will be behind the plate from the 6th inning on for Zach Jarnowski. So Jarnowski getting the first 5, Oates the last 4. 1-0, and the curveball is fired in for a strike, 1-1. Really nice curveball there from Walker Pedante. 1-1, and that one gets away from him. 2-1. Second time this inning that we saw a pitch get away from Pedante. If you're wondering who's coaching first base for the TSL, it's Kyle Andrazik, as Oates chops that one into foul territory. So Pedante up in the count, 1-2 again, to the second consecutive TSL batter. Two balls, 2 strikes. Pitch to Oates, and that one bounces in front of home plate, and the count draws full. Three-two pitch, and Oates hits a ground ball over to third, and unable to come up with it is Labruciano. Goes off of his glove. So Aiden Oates is aboard with 1 out. So that'll bring up Burton Hahn. And Aiden Oates is awarded with a single. And Pedante checks in on him. He's back in safely. Hahn's been swinging a hot bat. As another throw-in. Good pickoff move from Pedante, but Oates gets back in there safely. Hahn has 5 hits as he lays off that pitch from Pedante, 1-0. 5 hits in his last 3 games. Here's the 1-0 long hold from Pedante. And Hahn swings through the curveball. To even up the count at 1-1. He's also knocked in 2 runs in his last 5 games as well. Throw over to first. And Oates dives back in again safely. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Here's the pitch to number 1-1. And he swings through it 1-2. One-two pitch, and Hahn swings through it on a pitch that was inside for the 2nd out. 3rd strikeout recorded from Piedmont, and that'll bring up Trevor Mason. But first, Piedmont throws over again to Mason's teammate Aiden Oates. There are 4 Voyagers on the roster, and that pitch is up and in to Mason, 1-0. Mason hitting .304 on the season for Suffolk. He's knocked in 4 runs as well. And the 1-0 curveball misses outside to Mason. Count moves to 2-0. And that pitch misses away again. So now a 3-0 count here on Mason. Typically has the green light, especially in an all-star game. First throw over to first again, and unable to squeeze the ball is Ferguson over at first. But Oates dives back in safely again. Piedmont is keeping him close over there with 2 outs in the top of the 2nd. .3-0 to Mason. And he fouls it straight back. So still a good hitter's count for Trevor Mason. And another throw over to first. And Mason takes the 3-1 pitch upstairs for ball 4. So that'll bring Tyler Gorbett up to the plate for the first time today. With his teammates on first and second. And Gorbett swings at the first pitch, pops it up into right field, and calling for it is the right fielder, Dixon, and he makes the catch. So TSL strands 2 more base runners in the top of the 2nd. We'll head to the bottom half with PCBL up by 6. Get your game on with DBAT Virginia Beach baseball, softball, training, and more. DBAT Virginia Beach is a state-of-the-art facility with over 17,000 square feet, 13 batting cages, and professional instructors who don't just know baseball and softball, but live and breathe it. You can find them located at 5258A Fairfield Shopping Center in Virginia Beach. You can call them at 757-467-1111. You can also visit their website at dbatvirginiabeach.com. Bottom half of the second inning here from Deep Run High School, and Robert Hatcher throws a first pitch curveball to Bobby Askew, 0-1. So the PCBL batted around their lineup in the first inning to put up 6 runs, and Askew hits the first pitch into left. That'll fall in front of Herman for a leadoff single. So Askew reached base by getting hit by a pitch on the back of the helmet in his last at-bat, and now he singles to get on to start the second. I'll bring up Jabril Bullock. Hatcher from the stretch, and he fires in a strike, 0-1. And the 0-1 pitches. Hot shot to Mason. The throw to second in time to first. It's not in time, but a beautiful pickup there from Trevor Mason to get the lead runner at second. That ball took one hop and right into Mason's glove for the first out in the bottom of the second. So that'll bring up the right-footed Jamari Pooler. And Pooler takes the first pitch outside from Hatcher, 1-0. Pooler hit a ball over the left field fence in his first at-bat for the first runs of the game. And now he pops up the 1-0 pitch straight back. Jarnowski waiting for it, and he can't come up with it. It landed right in between Jarnowski and Hatcher. It's the second time we've seen a playable foul ball not been able to been caught by TSL. The lights are on here at Deep Run High School due to the darkness from the clouds. 1-1. And that one shot out into left. Herman moving to his left. And that ball will take one hop and go to the fence. And now being waved around third is Bullock. Here's the relay throw. Hensley goes to third with it. And it's not in time. It's an RBI triple for Jamari Pooler. His third run batted in just the second inning. And it makes it 7-0 Piedmont. Pooler already a home run and a triple in the first 2 innings. It's not a bad way to start the afternoon. And that pitch is in the dirt. to DiNapoli. 1-0. And the 1-0 pitch is flied out to center. Waiting for it to come down is Bosher, and tagging at third is Pooler. Here's the shoot down from Bosher, and it'll be cut off by McGowan. So it's a sacrifice fly for CJ DiNapoli. And the 8th run tacked on to Robert Hatcher. And there's a swing and a miss from Mallory on the pitch from Hatcher. And that pitch is shot out over towards right. Hahn is waiting for it to come down, and he makes the catch, but not before 2 more runs come in to score for PCBL. They're now up 8-0 at the end of 2. Eric McDaniel is a new pitcher on the mound. And the first pitch that he throws is shot out into center field from TJ McGowan. So first pitch swinging from McGowan gets him aboard to start the third. TSL has been getting base runners on, but they've left all 4 of the runners that they've had aboard stranded. Trying to change that this inning. Down by 8, it'll bring up Blake Herman. And that first pitch gets by the catcher Mallory, and over to second goes McGowan. McDaniel pitches for the Churchill Patriots. One 0 to Herman, with McGowan in scoring position, no one out in the third. And Herman takes that pitch inside. Count moves to 2-0.
My goodness.
Good hitters count here as Mallory sets up away, and McDaniel misses inside. So it's 3-0 on Herman. And 3-0 swinging. He chops one over to third. And the throw to first is not scooped up by Ferguson. And McGowan will take third. So now runners on the corners and no one out for Zach Jarnowski. Jarnowski's 1 for 1 today. He had the first hit of the afternoon, trying to keep the line going here as McDaniel throws over to first where Herman is. Ball was picked up nicely from Labruciano. He made sure to check McGowan at second, as again McDaniel throws over to Herman. And Labruciano threw it over to first. A bit low for Ferguson, who couldn't scoop it up. First pitch to Jarnowski is inside, 1-0. One 0 to Jarnowski, and he fouls that one off towards the left side. Evens up the count at 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch gets away from Mallory. McGowan will score, and Herman over to second. So the first run of the afternoon for TSL comes on a wild pitch thrown by Eric McDaniel. It's a 2-1 count now on Jarnowski, with Herman now in scoring position. Two-one pitch, corner or middle infielders, and that one gets away, and Herman will take third. So back-to-back wild pitches thrown by McDaniel has already caused him a run, and now Herman's on third, but still no one out in the third inning. And the 3-1 is lined to second. One hopper is picked up by Bullock, and his throw to first is dropped on the transfer from Ferguson, so that is the first out. A nice job from Bullock to stay in front of that ground ball off of the bat of Jarnowski to retire him for the first time today. I'll bring up Caden Hillberger, Hilberger walked in his last plate appearance, and he takes a called strike from McDaniel, 0-1. Want to get that run over. If you're TSL, just trying to chip away at this lead. And Hilberger fouls that one off toward the right side, 0-2. 0-2 to Hilberger. And that one misses low and in. Count transitions to 1-2. And he hits that one right back to McDaniel. It's off of his glove. That'll get in a run as the throw to first is off the bag. But a nice job from Perkison to come off and place the tag on Hilberger for the second out. It does bring in the second run of the inning for TSL, so a quality at bat from Caden Hilberger. As the TSL continues to cut into the PCBL lead. And first pitch swinging from Hensley. He swings to the pitch from McDaniel, 0-1. And the 0-1 hits the inside of Hensley. I don't think he liked the call from the home plate umpire. He'd rather go up there and hit, especially in an all-star game. But nevertheless, he is aboard with 2 down. And Jason Bosher at the plate. Bosher had a comebacker to the mound his last time, and he shoots that one towards the third baseman, and that'll be called a fair ball off of the glove of Labruciano. And so TSL has 2 more base runners aboard. That ball was just pulled down the third base bag by Bosher. It was going to be a tough play regardless from Labruciano, who couldn't even come up with the baseball. So it puts runners on first and second for Aiden Oates. And Oates takes the first pitch that he sees from McDaniel outside, 1-0. Long hold here from McDaniel. And the 1-0 pitch, a shot towards the right side. Another play for Bullock. It goes through him. Hensley is being waved around third. The throw to home is not in time. It goes to the backstop. And over to second and third go Oates and Bosher. So I'll bring up Burton Hahn with 2 runners in scoring position. Already 3 runs have come home in the inning. He swings at the first pitch. That's up the middle of the diamond. A base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes Oates. The throw to home is in time to gun down Oates. A nice shootout there from center from Askew. But 4 runs come in to score for the TSL. They cut the lead in half. It's 8-4 here at Deep Run High School. Bradshaw Morrison is the first arm out of the bullpen for the TSL. Hatcher was supposed to go 3 innings, but he allowed 8 runs in his first 2 of work. He didn't allow more than 1 run as a starter in all the regular season games, as first pitch curveball from Morrison catches the outside corner, 0-1. Morrison went an inning of relief in Tarboro on Thursday night, and he didn't allow a single earned run. 2 of them came in to score, but they were both unearned. And the 1-1 is shot. Foul by McRaney. 1-2. One, 2 from Morrison. And that one's popped up into center. Bosher moves to his left. He's waiting for it to come down, and he reels it in for the first out. That'll bring up A.J. Labruciano. Luciano singled and knocked in a run in his last plate appearance. First pitch swinging from Morrison, and it's rolled right over to Hensley at short. And his throw to first is in time. So 4 pitches and 2 outs recorded from Morrison. And it'll bring up the 8-hole hitter, Jordan Dixon. Dixon walked and came around to score in his first plate appearance. And the lefty takes the first pitch slider from Morrison, 0-1. And that ball misses inside as Dixon is just able to get it out of the way of it. One. And that ball misses away. Count moves to 2-1. And 2-1 breaking ball misses low and in. Count moves to 3-1. Alex Ferguson would be next as the 3-1 pitch misses up to Dixon for ball 4. It's the second time that he's walked today. He's not happy about it. He wants to go up there to hit. So Alex Ferguson singled and knocked in 2 runs in the first inning off of Robert Hatcher. And the first pitch that he sees from Morrison is a breaking ball that catches the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. I want to Ferguson with Dixon on first. And good miss there from Morrison as the count evens up at 1-1. And there's a called strike, 1-2. Morrison was scheduled to pitch the 4th inning because Hatcher was supposed to go 3. So we'll see if the TSL decides to throw Morrison out there for an extra inning of work. And that ball is rolled right to Hensley, and he boots it. And it'll go into left field, so aboard with 2 outs is Ferguson on the air from Hensley to keep the inning going. So that'll bring up Bryce Thacker. Thacker's 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. Morrison trying to get out of this inning after retiring the first two batters with runners on second and third now after a walk and an error. And the first pitch that he throws to Thacker hits him, and the bases are loaded. It's the second hits batter from TSL pitching. The first one was Bobby Askew, who steps into the box with now the bases loaded and 2'd out. TSL has not thrown a scoreless inning. Morrison looking for a big out here, and the first pitch that he throws to Askew is fouled off of the mask of the home plate umpire, 0-1. Trying to keep the lead here. TSL cut the lead in half in the top half of the inning. And the 0-1 is shot towards the right side. That'll go into right field for a base hit. 1 run will score. And being held up at third is Ferguson. It's an RBI single for Bobby Askew, his second hit. And it puts up the 9th run scored by PCBL. They've now scored at least a run in every inning. That'll bring up Jabril Bullock. All the runs in the inning will be unearned after the Hensley error. With 2 outs, that could have got Morrison out of this. As Jabril Bullock takes the first pitch upstairs from Morrison. 1-0. Bullock has already tripled and homered in his first 2 plate appearances today. And that ball sails upstairs just a bit high, and it'll bring in a run. So now runners on second and third, 2 runs home in the inning. That pitch misses low from Morrison. TSL has had success as that ball is shot out into left. Herman comes in to make the catch, but 2 more runs coming to score in the third. It's 10-4 PCBL. Top of the fourth inning here in the 2022 TSL PCBL All-Star Game here at Deep Run High School. Michael Shanahan, the second arm out of the bullpen for the Piedmont Collegiate Baseball League, facing 9-10-1 in the TSL lineup. And first pitch to Trevor Mason, fouls it off, 0-1. Mason, Gorbett, and then the top with McGowan leading things off in the fourth. They scored 4 runs in the third before Aiden Oates was gunned down at the plate. Trying to look for some more here as that pitch misses outside from Shanahan, 1-1. Mason walked in his only plate appearance off of Pedante. Trying to get things started here in the fourth. And that ball gets away again from Shanahan. Two balls, one strike here on Mason. And the 2-1 pitch misses low. And the count moves to 3-1. Three one from Shanahan. And that pitch catches the outside corner. The count draws full. Full count delivery to Mason, and he swings through the pitch for strike 3. And the first out recorded by Shanahan. He gets Mason to fan on a 3-2 pitch for the first out here in the fourth. And the first pitch to Gorbett misses away, 1-0. That pitch misses, 2-0. And that ball misses away from Shanahan. And it moves to 3-0. See if Shanahan can make an adjustment. 3-0 pitch. And Gorbett hits a fly ball into center field. And able to track it down is Askew for the first out, or the second out here in the fourth. So back to the top of the lineup for TSL, TJ McGowan. He's 1 for 2 today. He singled to lead off things in the third. Another pitch gets out of the arm of Shanahan, 1-0. To McGowan, and that pitch misses inside. The count moves to 2-0. Shanahan has fallen behind his batters, but has been able to retire them. It's down 3-1 to Mason, 3-0 to Gorbett, and now 2-0 on McGowan. And he shoots that pitch out of play, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike here on McGowan. Pitch from Shanahan is fouled straight back. And the count evens up at 2-2. This 2-2 pitch on its way to McGowan. And he checks the swing and check in with the first base umpire. He says he held a swing, so the count is now full. See if McGowan can get things started here. They had 2 outs and nobody on in the third, still managed to pull out 2 runs. And that pitch rolls all the way to the backstop for ball 4. So the TSL has a 2-out base runner aboard. Third time that McGowan has reached base. So I'll bring up Aiden Oates. Oates is 2 for 2 with 2 singles. He's also knocked in a run. This is Blake Herman, who swings through the first pitch. Herman's 0 for 2. He did reach on an error and came around to score in the last inning. And he swings through that pitch from Shanahan, and now he's down in the count 0-2. First batter that Shanahan has gotten ahead of. After he retired the first 2 batters and walked McGowan. 0-2 to Herman. And he swings and misses for strike 3. So TSL leaves another base runner aboard. It's their 5th man left on base today. We'll head to the bottom half of the 4th here from Deep Run High School. Mercedes-Benz of Virginia Beach has earned a reputation as one of the Hampton Roads' most trusted luxury car dealers. Since their establishment in 2014, they found themselves as a premier name for Mercedes-Benz sales with exceptional service and unbeatable selections. If you're looking for a newer pre-owned vehicle, they're the place to go to. Being the premier dealership in Virginia Beach with a vast selection of Mercedes-Benz vehicles and easy leasing and financing. They're located on 4949 Virginia Beach Boulevard in Virginia Beach. You can call them at 757-499-3771. You can also visit their website at mercedes-benzofvirginiabeach.com. Jamari Pooler leading off the bottom of the 4th inning. And Dylan Bowen is the new arm on the mound for TSL, and the first pitch he throws is a breaking ball, 1-0. Pooler's already homered and tripled today. That was in his first 2 at-bats in the first and second inning, and he takes the first pitch, or the 1-0 pitch upstairs from Bowen, 2-0. Bowen has had 3 appearances out of the bullpen for the Green-Brown Knights, where he's gone at least 2 scoreless innings as that pitch sails upstairs from him. And it's quickly 3-0. And all 3 of those outings have been at least 2 innings or more. And there's the first pitch. Oh no, it's called ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to start Bowen's afternoon. And Pooler is aboard for the 3rd time today. And there goes Pooler. Throw down is actually going to be held by Jarnowski, so Pooler steals second. And now there's a runner in scoring position. CJ DiNapoli is 0 for 2 today. He did bring in a run on a sacrifice fly in his last at-bat. And that ball gets by Jarnowski, and over to third goes Pooler. The count is 2-0 on DiNapoli. And now it's 3-0. So 7 pitches from Bowen, and he's yet to throw a strike. The 3-0 pitch, and that ball gets away from Bowen. Good job from Jarnowski to keep it from going to the backstop, and time is going to be called as Bowen has thrown 8 pitches, all of them outside the strike zone. And it puts runners on the corners for William Mallory. Mallory is 0 for 1 today. He struck out and walked. Did come around to score a run in the first inning. Bowen was supposed to pitch the 5th, but after Hatcher only went 2 innings after he was scheduled to go 3, he's now set to pitch the 4th inning, so we'll see if they just stick with the game plan. Just going with Bowen for 1 inning, because as of right now, with TSL down by 6, they won't need 8 innings of work. They will need 8 innings of work. They won't need 9, which is what they originally had scheduled. And that first pitch to Mallory misses up and in. 1-0. Bowen just trying to find the strike zone here. Here's this 10th pitch, and that one misses in the dirt, and over to second without a throw is DiNapoli. So Bowen has thrown 10 pitches, and none of them have been in the strike zone. He has walked 14 batters in his 12 innings and 2/3 of work. And there's the first strike thrown from Bowen. Count moves, and now running home and arriving safely is Pooler. And over to third goes DiNapoli. So they have now, PCBL has scored a run in every inning. They're now up 11-4 as Pooler steals home after Jarnowski just was throwing it back to the pitcher. And Bowen's throw was away as that one is chopped towards the left side. Over comes Mason. His throw to first is scooped up by McGowan. For the first out, it does bring in a run. The 2nd of the inning and 12th of the afternoon to put PCBL up 12-4. So it's an RBI for Malroy, but a productive one to bring in DiNapoli home from third. And that first pitch from Bowen misses. 1-0. Matthew McRaney's 0 for 1 today. He flew out to center and walked, and he swings through that pitch from Bowen. Evens up the count at 1-1. Has stopped raining. As the count moves to 2-1. So we're out of the clear for now in Glen Allen, Virginia. 2-1 from Bowen. And swinging through the breaking ball is McRaney. The count evens up at 2-2. And 2-2 pitch is swung through from McRaney. First strikeout recorded by Bowen, and there's 2 down here in the home fourth. So that'll bring up a pinch hitter in the spot of A.J. Labruciano. It's Corey Adams. With 2 down and no one on. And the first pitch that he sees from Bowen, he shoots it towards the right side into the parking lot. As the count goes to 0-1. Zach Jarnowski still behind the plate. And we'll see the defensive substitutions defensively in the 6th inning. As the rain is now continuing to come down a bit here at Deep Run High School. Two one from Bowen. And the breaking ball is lifted towards the right side. Over comes Hahn in foul territory, diving to make the catch. Oh, what a play from Burton Hahn. Extending as much as he could to end the inning. We've played 4 innings here at Deep Run High School. It's PCBL 12, TSL 4. New pitcher on the mound for the PCBL. It's A.J. Labruciano of the Bonaire Barnstormers, and the first pitch he throws to Zach Jarnowski is fired in just below the knee, is 1-0. So that makes sense as to why Ben Adams, who ended that inning on a beautiful diving catch from Hahn as Jarnowski rolls one over to short. And over there to make the play is Pooler for the first out. So Adams, who pinch hit for Labruciano, who came in to pitch. Now for the PCBL, and Caden Hilberger swings at the first pitch that he sees from Labruciano, 0-1. Tristan Hensley is on deck as Hilberger takes that pitch below the knees to even up the count at 1-1. Yeah, that pitch is fouled off by Hilberger, 1-2. And the 1-2 sails outside, evens up the count at 2-2 strikes. Hilberger's 0 for 1 today with a walk. 2-2 pitch, and that one hits the foot of Hilberger, so he'll be on his way to first base on the hit by pitch. It's the first hits batter from Labruciano. Second one thrown by PCBL pitching, and Tristan Hensley, who wore the other ball for TSL, steps into the box. And that ball gets by the catcher Mallory, and over to second goes Hilberger. Hensley came around to score on the RBI single, or excuse me, when Herman took off to second. 1-0. And Hensley takes a called strike, 1-1. So Hensley scored a run after he was hit by a pitch in his previous at-bat. I'm trying to get something going here. And he takes another strike at the knees. And the count moves to 1-2. And Hensley pops up the 1-2 pitch, but that'll go out of play. And we'll do it again. One-two from Labruciano, and it's swung through from Hensley for strike 3. Second time that Hensley has gone down swinging, and there are 2 down here in the 5th. Jason Bosher's 0 for 2 today. He did reach on an error in his last at-bat, came around to score, and he check swings and fouls off the first pitch that he sees from Labruciano, 0-1. So the home plate umpire goes over to retrieve that baseball. If Bosher can get on, Aiden Oates would be next, standing in the on-deck circle. And Bosher has a half swing through that pitch, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here on Bosher. And he just gets a piece of that one to stay alive. So we'll do the 0-2 again from Labruciano. On its way to Bosher, and he lays off that pitch that's outside. And the count moves to 1-2. And the 1-2 is fouled off again by Bosher. So we'll look to fight another pitch. Luciano gets the signs from Mallory. Here's the 1-2 on its way, and it's fouled off again. So Bosher putting together a good AB there. As Marcus Morgan hand delivers the home plate umpire some more pearls. Might not be so pearly anymore. Luciano is ready. Pitch from the stretch. And it's upstairs, 2-2. Here's the 8th pitch of the at-bat from Labruciano to Bosher, and he fouls that one off towards the right side, and we'll do it again. Bosher really making Labruciano work. With 2 down and Hilberger on second. He reached by getting hit by a pitch on a 1-1 count and then took second on a wild pitch. Here's the 9th pitch of the at-bat, and it's fouled off by Bosher. And the home plate umpire calls strike 3. It sounded like Bosher tipped the ball. But nevertheless, we are halfway through here from Deep Run High School in the 2022 TSL PCBL All-Star Game. Jordan Dixon, the left-footed batter. The 8-hole in the PCBL lineup gets set to face Dylan Blazer of the Norfolk Redbirds, and the first pitch that he throws is hit right back to him off of his glove. He stays in front of it, and the flip to first is in time. So 1 pitch and 1 out recorded by Blazer. here in the home fifth. I'll bring up Alex Ferguson. And he lays off that first pitch from Blazer, 1-0. Ferguson's 1 for 2 today. He reached on an error, came around to score in his last at bat, had a 2 RBI single back in the first. Count is 2-0 here on Ferguson. And there's a good pitch there from Blazer that catches the outside corner. And the count moves to 2-1. Blazer started in the rookie showcase game as he loses his footing there. And bounces it in front of home plate. Count moves to 3-1. Faced a minimum of 9 batters in 3 innings in the rookie game. And he gets Ferguson to hit a high fly ball into left field, and overcoming is the shortstop Hensley, and he calls off his Knights teammate Blake Herman to make the catch. So 2 up and 2 down for Blazer, and that'll bring up Bryce Thacker. PCBL has scored at least 2 runs in every inning. Now Blazer trying to set them down 1-2-3. And the first pitch to Thacker is inside. 1-0. Thacker got hit by a pitch in his last at-bat. He's 0 for 1 today. And the 1-0 misses from Blazer. Count runs to 2-0. The only runner that reached base on Blazer in the rookie game came off of an error. Now down in the count, 3-0 on the 10-hole hitter, Thacker. And the 3-0 pitch catches the outside corner for a called strike, 3-1. 3-1 from Blazer. And that ball misses for ball 4. So PCBL has a 2-out base runner. And back to the top of the lineup. Bobby Askew, he's 2 for 2. He's reached base in all 3 of his plate appearances. He was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. And he takes the first pitch from Blazer upstairs, 1-0. The 1-0 from Blazer with Thacker over on first. And that ball sails upstairs. Count moves to 2-0. On its way. And that one's just above the letters of Askew, and it runs to 3-0. Blazer retired his first 2 batters, walked the previous one. As he gets Askew to swing through that pitch, count moves to 3-1. That ball is upstairs for ball 4. So second straight walk distributed by Blazer, and his battery mate for the Redbirds, Zach Jarnowski, is going to go out to have a talk with him. It will be the last inning that Jarnowski is behind the plate. Aiden Oates will move over there in the next inning defensively. As we'll see some other defensive shifts take place as we get later on into the ball game. And there's a first pitch strike. to Jabril Bullock, who's now batting lefty. And he lays off that pitch. Count runs to 1-1. Don't believe Bullock was batting lefty in his previous 3 at-bats. But hey, in the All-Star game, why not? Laser gets the signs from Jarnowski. He's ready and he fires in a strike. Two on, 2 out, 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch from Blazer. And it's popped up high into shallow right. Over comes the second baseman. He's being called off by Burton Holland, who makes the catch. So it's the first scoreless inning recorded by a TSL pitcher as we head to the 6th inning. It's PCBL 12, TSL 4. Seven, 8, 9 in the TSL order. Aiden Oates lays off the first pitch from LaBruciano, 1-0. So in the previous half inning, Dylan Blazer was the first pitcher as Oates takes a called strike to not allow a run. So now TSL trying to get their bats going here. Down 12-4 as that pitch catches the outside corner. Count runs to 1-2. And the 1-2 is laid off from Oates on the breaking ball. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bruciano struck out 2 batters in his first inning of work, and Oates hits a chopper that'll go just foul. And picked up towards the left side of the line by Bryce Stacker, who's now over at third base for the PCBL. Two balls, 2 strikes, the count on Oates. And he lays off the 2-2 pitch outside, and the count's now full. They've only had the leadoff runner on one time and now two times today, as Oates is aboard with a single. That'll bring up Burton Hahn. The only time they had the leadoff man aboard was in the third inning when TJ McGowan got things started with a single, and that's when TSL scored their 4 runs. And Hahn first pitch swinging, skies that one out of play, 0-1. Hahn had an RBI single in that 4th inning, which is how the inning actually ended, because Aiden Oates ended up being thrown out from center by Bobby Askew, trying to score from second base. And again, Hahn fouls off the pitch from Labruciano, and it's quickly 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here on Hahn. I'm just trying to put the ball in play. And he shoots that one towards the right side. In comes Dixon, and it'll fall in front of him. The second hit of the day for Hahn, and it puts runners on first and second with no one on to start the 6th. Burton Hahn is finding himself here in the Tidewater Summer League in his last couple of games. 5 hits in his last 3 games for the Knights. He's got 2 hits today in the All-Star game. That'll bring up Trevor Mason. And Mason takes a called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Mason's 0 for 1 today. He did walk back in the second. And he lays off the 0-1 pitch in the dirt. Count evens up at 1-1. One pitch from Labruciano. And Mason, it's a fly ball out to center. Askew going back. And now tagging at second is Oates. The throw down from Askew is just a bit offline. So it's a sacrifice fly for Mason that puts Oates from second to third. Hahn held up at first. The whole TSL dugout was yelling at Oates to go back to second to tag once they realized that Bobby Askew was going to go back to make that catch, as Tyler Gorbett takes the first pitch strike. Gorbett's 0 for 2 today, as Labruciano checks in on Hahn at first. He's flew out to center and right. Fly ball here would be somewhat productive. They could potentially bring in Oates, but down by 8 runs here in the 6th. Just trying to keep the line going. And it's a fly ball that'll go out of play. Now he's got 2 strikes on him. One ball, 2 strikes here on Gorbett with runners on the corners, 1 down here in the top of the 6th. Pitch from Labruciano, and that one's flied out into shallow right. The second baseman, Bullock, is called off by the right fielder Dixon, who makes the catch. No tag from Oates. And there are now 2 outs. That's the second time that Gorbett has flew out to the opposite field. Now back to the top of the TSL lineup, and TJ McGowan. McGowan's 1 for 2 today. He singled and walked. And first pitch swinging, hits that one right into the TSL dugout as they scamper away. A 1 count here on McGowan. McGowan, one of 2 Virginia Beach Sea Dogs that are being represented in the All-Star game. Him and Robert Hatcher, who was the starting pitcher today, are those 2. And he takes that pitch upstairs from LeBruciano. Count evens up at 1-1. 1-1 pitch. And he shoots that one out of play, foul. And now it's 1-2.
Oh, it's gonna be clogged up. Oh, that thing is gonna be clogged.
1-2 pitch on its way to McGowan. And he hits a roller over to third. And right there, a stacker throw is offline, but a good job there from the first baseman, Ferguson, to apply the tag. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning here from Deep Run High School. It's PCBL 12, TSL 4. Bottom of the 6th inning here at Deep Run High School. New arm and catcher behind and in front of the plate for TSL. Kyle Andrazik throws the first pitch ball to his battery mate, Aiden Oates. 3, 4, 5 in the PCBL order. That's Jamari Poole, followed by DiNapoli, and then Malroy. And Pooler takes a called strike. Evens up the count at 1-1. Pooler 2 for 2 today. He's walked, scored 3 runs, 3 RBI. And he lays off that pitch. Count moves to 2-1. He's homered and tripled. 2-1. And he's way early on that pitch from Mandrazik. Evens up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Mandrazik gets Pooler swinging for strike 3. The first time that TSL has been able to retire Pooler. And that's the first out here in the 6th. So we're going to have a pinch hitter for the DH to Napoli. It's Ryan Cowell. And Andrzejczyk spikes that pitch in front of the plate. It also appears that Zach Barco has the called strike on Cowell. Zach Barco going to pitch in place of William Mallory as he's in the on-deck circle. Two balls, 2 strikes here on Cowell. Pitch from Mandrazik. And he lays off the breaking ball, and the count's now full. Three, 2 on its way. And that one's shot out of play. Three, 2 pitch is rolled over to third. In comes Mason. Throw to first is in time. 2 up and 2 down for Kyle Andrzejczyk. Now we'll bring up Zach Barco. Hitting in the 5 hole for William Mallory. And first pitch to Barco is inside, 1-0. PCBL was kept scoreless as Barco swings through that pitch from Andrzejczyk, evens up the count at 1-1. Kept scoreless last inning. It's the first time they didn't score in an inning. And now Andrzejczyk trying to set them down, 1-2-3. Two 2-1 from Andrzejczyk. And that one's inside again to Barco. The count runs to 3-1. Andrzejczyk steps off the mound to recollect himself. Missing on a couple pitches inside. 3-1. And that one might have broken the bat of Barco. One hopper to Hensley. And the throw to first is in time. So a 1-2-3 inning for Kyle Andrzejczyk and the TSL All-Stars as we head to the 7th inning here in Deep Run High School. top of the 7th inning here in the 2022 TSL PCBL All-Star Game. And Blake Herman swings at the first pitch. And back going to the warning track is the center fielder Askew to reel it in. So 1 pitch and 1 out. Thrown from CJ DiNapoli as he gets Herman to fly out to center for the first out here in the 7th. They'll bring up Zach Jarnowski. Jarnowski 1 for 3. And he lays off that pitch outside, 1-0. Jarnowski takes that pitch inside. Count moves to 2-0. And the 2-0 was fouled back by Jarnowski. Count moves to 2-1. Two-one pitch on its way. And Jarnowski swings through it. And the count runs even to 2-2. Two from the windup. And fouled straight back. We'll do it again. Here's the payoff pitch from DiNapoli. And a called strike 3. That's the first strikeout looking from either hitter on either side today. And it's the second out here in the 7th. Bring up the lefty Hilberger. Hilberger, the only lefty in the TSL lineup, and he swings at the first pitch that he sees out to center. And back goes Askew to the warning track, backpedaling to make the catch. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for CJ DiNapoli and stretch time here at Deep Run High School. Alex Gianniscoli is the third Redbird pitcher of the afternoon to pitch in the TSL PCBL All-Star Game. And the first pitch that he throws is shot out to deep left. Back goes Herman to the warning track to bring it in. One pitch and one hard out. Retired by Alex Gianniscoli. As Herman went out to the warning track to bring that one in.
So are you making a new Twitter?
Off of the bat, that ball sounded like it was heading out. There is no wind blowing really at all here. At least from what I can tell, there is no flag waving out in the outfield to really get a sense on it from.
Is that yours?
1-0. And that pitch is a called strike, 1-1. And Adams checks the swing again, and again he went around, 1-2. Adams 0 for 1 today. He hit that fly ball into foul territory that Burton Hahn made a beautiful diving catch on. That ended the inning. 1-2 from Gianniscoli. And that ball just is below the knees. Evens up the count at 2-2. 2-2 on its way. And that one skips in front of the plate, and the count's now full. Here's the full count delivery from Gianniscoli. And that ball misses low for ball 4. That'll bring up Hunter Moore. Pinch hitting in the 8 hole for Jordan Dixon. And again, Gianniscoli spikes that one in front of the plate, 1-0. And Gianniscoli checks in on Adams at first. Who dives back in safely. One-0 pitch, and that one shot over to third. Mason will go to first with it, and it's not in time. Mason thought about throwing to second. He turned his whole body towards his left side and then ended up going to first with it. So it's an infield single for Moore. And there are runners aboard on first and second with 1 out. And Alex Ferguson, first pitch swinging over to right. Over comes Hahn again in foul territory. And he can't come up with it. So it's a foul ball. If Hahn would have made that catch, Adams probably would have tagged from second to third, and Moore possibly could have followed along with him. So nothing in 1 here on Ferguson. He's 1 for 3 today. And an RBI single back in the first. And the 0-1 pitch brushes him off the plate, 1-1. And time is asked for and granted from Alex Ferguson. And he shoots that one towards the opposite field. That'll fall in for a base hit. Being waved around third is Adams. And he'll arrive without a throw. So the third run batted in off of the bat of Ferguson puts PCBL up 13-4. It's the second RBI single from Ferguson. The first one brought in 2 runs in the first. This one in the 7th brings in 1. And that pitch is upstairs to Thacker, 1-0. It's interesting to see that the best of the PCBL as that ball skips on by Oates and over to second and third go Moore and Ferguson. The TSL teams in regular season play against the PCBL teams went a combined 7-1. But now the PCBL's All-Stars are handing it to the TSL All-Stars, up 13-4 as Thacker fouls off that pitch. With 2 runners in scoring position here in the home 7th. 2 balls, 1 strike here on Thacker. And he swings and misses through that pitch, evens up the count at 2-2. Top of the PCBL lineup is on deck and Bobby Askew. 2-2 from Gianniscoli, swing and a miss for strike 3. First strikeout recorded by Gianniscoli, and now there are 2 outs. Askew is 2 for 2 today. He's reached base in all 4 of his at-bats and was hit by a pitch and drew a walk in his last one. And he takes a first pitch strike from Gianniscoli, 0-1. He's also got an RBI under his belt today. 0-1 pitch. And he lays it off, 1-1. PCBL tacked on 7 runs in the first 2 innings off Hatcher as Askew rolls one over to second, and the throw is in time to just beat Askew. Gorbett kind of lobbed it over to McGowan at first, and it was just in time to beat Askew. We'll head to the 8th inning here at Deep Run High School. Hunter Moore is the new man on the mound for the PCBL after he came into the game in the top half of the inning, pinch hitting for Jordan Dixon. Had an infield single, and first pitch that he throws to Hensley is a ball, 1-0. Hensley lays off that pitch. Count runs to 2-0. Hensley's 0 for 2 today. He did get hit by a pitch and came around to score. And he swings through the 2-0 pitch to move the count up 2-1. And he takes a called strike at the knees. Count runs even, 2-2. Hensley, Bosher, and Oates due up in the inning. For the TSL, they've only scored in 1 inning thus far today, where they scored 4 runs in the 3rd. As the 2-2 pitch bounces in front of the plate. The count is now full. That cut the lead to 8-4 at the time. But ever since, thus far 5 unanswered runs is where we stand as Hensley goes down swinging for the 2nd time today. For the first out here in the 8th. They'll bring up Bosher. Reached base and scored back in the 3rd. And there's a grunt from Moore as he misses outside, 1-0. And the 1-0 pitch misses just away. Count moves to 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch hits off of the bat of Bosher right back to Moore. And the flip to first is in time. You never know what you're going to see at the ball field. And that's one of them. Bosher tried to pull his swing back on a pitch that was inside from Moore. It hit right off the nub of his bat and right back to Moore. And that is something that I've certainly never seen in all of my years watching baseball. First pitch to Oates misses away, 1-0. Oates 2 for 2 today. He's reaching all 3 of his at-bats. He drew a walk in his last one as he takes a called strike to even up the count at 1-1. He's also got an RBI. Single that scored Hensley. 1-1 pitch. And he fouls that one off the end of the bat. Count moves to 1-2. Two down here in the top of the 8th. Here's the 1-2 to Oates. And he checks the swing and he held it. Home plate umpire checks with the first base one, who agrees. Jabril Bullock over at short was walking in towards the dugout. He thought that was strike 3. Count is even at 2-2. And Oates lays off that pitch from Moore, and now it's full. Here's the 3-2 pitch on its way to Oates. And it's up and in for ball 4. So Oates is aboard for the 4th time today. And that'll bring up Burton Hahn. Hahn's only been retired once today. He struck out in the first, but in his last 2 at-bats, he's had singles. He's had 5 hits in his last 3 games for the Knights as he foul tips the first pitch that he sees from Moore, 0-1. The Knights were supposed to play the Steamers tonight down in Edenton at 7 o'clock, but that game was, of course, rained out. Been fortunate enough to get this all-star game in today. Steamers played last night against the Fungo as Hahn sends that one out to left. Back goes McRaney, and he runs it down. So Burton Hahn sends a shot out to left that McRaney is able to reel in. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning here in the 2022 TSL PCBL All-Star Game. Alex Gianniscoli is the man who will get the extra inning of work after Robert Hatcher was supposed to go 3 innings, only ended up going 2. Everyone else out of the bullpen was only going to go 1 innings if the plan had worked. And first pitch ground ball over to second where Mason just came. And the throw to first is in time, so 1 pitch and 1 out in the 8th inning for Alex Gianniscoli. So he got 1 pitch and 1 out in his last inning. And he gets Bullock to roll over to Mason at second. Tyler Gorbett is supposed to pitch the 9th, but not sure if PCBL is going to come to hit in the 9th unless TSL hitters can put up what would at least need to be 9 runs. And the 0-1 pitch sails upstairs from Gianniscoli, 1-1. So Gorbett, it appears, will most likely, as that pitch is inside, be able to save his arm. The next game for the Voyagers is on Tuesday at Lakewood Park. So Trevor Mason moved over from 3rd to 2nd. as that ball is fouled right into the TSL dugout and right back into play, where the PCBL third base coach didn't come up with it as he gets some boos. That's Darren Carpenter over at third from his dugout. 2-2 from Gianniscoli. And that pitch is laid off from Pooler. Count runs full. So Mason moves from third to second to replace Gorbett. McGowan moves from first to third as Gianniscoli strikes out Pooler. Second time that Pooler has gone down on strikes. Second strikeout recorded by Gianniscoli. And there are 2 down here in the home 8th. So McGowan moved from first to third. And back into the game defensively after he threw 1 inning is Dylan Bowen over at first. There's a called strike, 0-1 to Ryan Coel. Second at bat, he rolled 1 over to third where Mason was in his first at bat, and now he's down in the count, 0-2. Looking for another scoreless inning. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So we'll head to the 9th inning with PCBL up on TSL 13-4. Last licks for the Tidewater hitters. Jordan Dixon out on the mound to pitch the 9th inning. And we have been informed that we all going to play the bottom half of the 9th inning. As a called strike on Mason, 0-1, even if TSL fails to reach 9 runs. And Mason takes a called strike quickly, 0-2. First left-handed pitcher that TSL hitters are seeing today. Dixon started the game out in right field. 0-2. And that ball misses away, 1-2. Tyler Gorbett is slated to be on deck, but he's warming up in the bullpen to pitch that 9th inning as the 1-2 pitch is inside to Mason, 2-2. So Dylan Bowen will hit it in place of Gorbett. 2-2 pitch, and Mason fouls that one off to stay alive. Mason's 0 for 2 today. He had a sac fly that moved Oates from second to third in his last at-bat. He also walked back in the second. 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3 for the first out here in the top of the 9th. So that'll bring up Dylan Bowen. And first pitch swinging, hits that one into right. It's over the head of the right fielder, Barco, and it'll roll all the way to the wall. Bowen's rounding second and headed to third. And he arrives safely with a lead, with a 1-out triple. The first triple of the season for Bowen. It won't go towards his actual stats, but he hadn't had any triples in his 47 plate appearances for the Knights and 1 plate appearance in the All-Star game, and he's got a triple. Zach Barco, the right fielder, just ran too much in front of that ball, tried to leap, but it still went over his glove, and now McGowan shoots that one towards right. That'll go foul. McGowan lays off that pitch. Count evens up at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Pitch to McGowan. Sails upstairs. Count runs to 2-1. Zach Barker, you can hear him talking to himself out there about that miscue out and right as that pitch sails to the backstop. Bowen will hold up at third. Blake Herman is on deck for Tidewater. 3-1 to McGowan. And that one is a called strike, and the count is now full. McGowan's 1 for 3 today. He's singled and walked. 3-2 pitch. And that one is inside. It goes through the catcher. But Bowen will hold up, and McGowan will head to first. Now Kyle Andrzejczyk will run over to first to Coach McGowan. As Blake Herman steps into the box, Herman's 0 for 4 thus far today. He did reach on an error and came around to score. Back in the third. So runners on the corners, 1 out. That ball pops out of the glove. The catcher, 1-0. The 1-0 from the lefty. And it's a called strike on the inside corner. Count evens up at 1-1. And Herman swings through that pitch from Dixon, 1-2. 1-2 to Herman. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And there are 2 down here in the top of the 9th. Once again, we will still be playing the bottom half of the 9th, so don't go anywhere. Zach Jarnowski steps into the box. And he takes the first pitch in the dirt from Dixon, 1-0. Jarnowski 1 for 4 today. And the 1-0 pitch is just inside to Jarnowski, 2-0. Sounded like it hit something. Jarnowski looked back at the home plate umpire, but I'm sure he just wants to hit. 2-0 pitch. And that one is fired in for a strike, 2-1. McGowan's on first, Bowen on third. With 2 outs here in the 9th of the 2022 TSL PCBL All-Star Game. As Jarnowski hits that one foul. And TSL's down to their final strike. Two on, 2 out, 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch to Jarnowski. And we'll do it again. Here's the payoff pitch from Dixon. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So the Piedmont Collegiate Baseball League has secured the victory in the All-Star Game. We are going to play the bottom of the 9th inning here at Deep Run High School. It's going to be 5, 6, and 7 due up. Tyler Gorbett is now on the mound for Tidewater in the bottom of the 9th. Piedmont has already secured the victory as Gorbett's first pitch misses low and away for ball 1. Gorbett's got an ERA of 2.70 as a pitcher for the Voyagers in his 10 innings of work this year. And that pitch just missed to Barco, 2-0. He's actually being caught by his battery mate from Suffolk, Aiden Oates, which is pretty rare to see in All-Star games. We have seen it a couple times today as Barco swings and fouls off the 2-0 pitch, 2-1. Gorbett's first appearance on the mound as Barco breaks his bat on a foul ball. It caught Aiden Oates as he shakes it off, trying to walk off as that broken bat hit Oates, and Marcus Morgan He's checking in on him. Zach Barker goes back to the Piedmont dugout to get some new lumber. Now Coach Dooley's going over to check in on Oates. Last thing you want is someone to get hurt. When we're playing in an all-star game, game has already been decided. So Oates gets a hand from the crowd here at Deep Run. As the Piedmont dugout is yelling at Zach Barker to make an adjustment after he broke his bat. As Gorbett just threw his one warm-up pitch, and now he's ready. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count on Barco. Barco's 0 for 1 today, and he fouls off the 2-2 pitch, so we'll do it again. As I was mentioning before, Oates got drilled by the bat, and I'll say it before, after this pitch, as Barco, it's a fly ball into center, and waiting for it and coming in is Jason Bosher out in center field to make the catch. So Gorbett's first appearance on the mound came against the Tuckahoe Tigers on the 25th of June. He started that game and went 5 scoreless innings. So now Matthew McRaney will step into the dish. And first pitch swinging, he fouls it off, 0-1. McRaney's 0 for 3 today. He did walk and come around to score in the first. And that pitch is inside to McRaney, 1-1. One from Gorbett, and it's fouled straight back, and the count's now 1-2. Corey Adams is on deck. 1-2 from Gorbett, and it hits the nub of the bat of McRaney as he tried to pull his swing back. Pitch caught the front of the bat, so we'll do the 1-2 again. From Gorbett to McRaney. One-two from Gorbett, and it's outside. Count draws even in 2-2. Two, and that one misses away again, and the count's now full. Three-two from Gorbett, and that one shot out into center. Another play for Bosher, and it'll fall in front of him for a base hit. First hit of the day for McRaney. And Piedmont has a base runner aboard with 1 out. That'll bring up Corey Adams. And Adams takes the first pitch, strike, 0-1. And there goes McRaney. Throw down from Oates is not in time. So a stolen base for McRaney puts him in scoring position with 1 out. Adams 0 for 1 with a walk. And he's a chopper over to third. And that time, the head coach of the Tigers is able to make the play, Darren Carpenter. As he gets a reaction out of his home dugout. 0-2 pitch. On its way from Gorbett, long hold. Oates sets up away, and that's where it is, 1-2. And there goes McRaney again, swinging and a miss, strike three, throw to second, not in time. So first strikeout recorded by Gorbett for the second out here in the ninth, and it'll bring up Hunter Moore. Moore had an infield single in his only at-bat today. And takes the first pitch ball from Gorbett, 1-0. And he swings through the 1-0 pitch, evens up the count, 1-1. And the 1-1 from Gorbett is swung through from Moore, 1-2. One-two from Gorbett. And a high fly ball. McGowan